Well, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to do a little hair cutting. Got some hair to cut. And have a little porch talk while we're doing it. So, thanks for joining us. So, you want to tell everybody why we're out here cutting hair instead of you going to the barber shop?
Costs too much.
Costs too much. Waste money, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So, it's so easy to learn. You learn what kind of style you like. And it's so easy to learn how to cut. You just cut the hair that the barber's been cutting the whole time. In your eyes? Yeah, it's in his eyes. First thing we're going to do is get it out of his eyes. His hair grows so fast. It's going to look like a bowl here for a minute. So I try to get the sides even, but that don't always work out. He don't care. We're still not going to waste any money. Even if I do a bad job, he's not going to waste his money on a haircut. Can't see, can you?
The difference in a good haircut and a bad haircut's about 4 days.
4 days. Yes, yeah, with you, because your hair grows so fast. And it's a whole lot longer here in the back, so we're going to get rid of some of this.
Then he always said this, his barber had always asked him and said, how you want your haircut? And he said, you cut any way you want to. You the one that's going to get the, it's either going to be a compliment or a complaint. So he said, just cut however you want to.
And he's going to tell him where he got it cut. Either way.
That's right.
We was talking about this morning, and I saw another video about it, and I thought it was a little silly, so I wanted to ask Joey what he thought about the whole thing. And that's the big controversy over chicken feed, especially coming from Tractor Supply. It's the producer's pride. Now, we don't buy a lot of chicken feed, but people are just going crazy over this. And the thing that I've noticed about it is that I think what it is a lot of people went crazy over chickens last year and bought chickens, and so they're just supposed to be laying all these eggs now and aren't, or they started laying a little bit and they've stopped now. But lots of the dates I'm seeing, oh, well, they stopped laying in September and October, and then they've just started laying now. And then I've been giving them this feed, and it just makes them stop. And if you can tell around here, number one, well, what did you say about that, Joey?
Well, I asked you if you're, you can tell any difference in your chickens, but I know you can't because you don't buy any feed like that anyway. So
right.
So your chickens is laying without that feed. So
and have been.
Right.
So I'm wondering if some of this is new chicken producers that just got their chickens last spring, and they've either just not started laying yet, or if they started laying a little bit and they're just young hens, and because of the weather, it doesn't have anything to do with the cold necessarily, but the hours of daylight. And as you can see, as far as the chickens are concerned today, it's dark, and they're not getting the daylight that they should be getting. And so they lay good for a few days, and then they're not. But I read one article that said, oh, don't you dare get some of these mixes. People are giving you all kinds of rations of protein, and mix this with that and this with that. You let them chickens get out. We call them yard buzzards. They're called yard buzzards for a reason. It's because they go out there and they know what they like, and they're going to eat as many bugs and as much junk. They're going to taste everything, and they're going to eat it. And what you mix up ain't going to hurt them. It might not be exactly the ratios and everything that the ones that are scientifically mixed are. But as long as your chickens aren't starving, they can do pretty good. We feed a lot of corn and wheat because that's what we have. Table scraps. And our chickens are laying just fine right now. And I'm not looking for them to lay very good this week because it's going to rain every day. Not because it's going to be cold, but because of the sun's just not going to be out at all. And they don't necessarily differentiate between sun and clouds all the time. So what was it? The last, let's see, our chickens stopped laying, what, in October? Something like that. And you finally had to end up buying some eggs around Christmas when I was doing all that baking. How much did you have to pay for a dozen eggs?
$5 a dozen.
And that's here at our local place. And I am still seeing people on Craigslist and other places, Marketplace, selling eggs for $2.50 and $3 a dozen. And if you're not getting eggs, give these farmers that are trying to sell eggs, get your relationship with these farmers and start buying eggs from them so that when eggs get outrageous, you'll have somewhere to go. Well, that's not taking too long. He's not looking as shaggy as he did. Let's see if it's even on both sides here. I think this side over here still got some wings on it.
I'll be good for another 6 months, won't I?
6 months. Yeah, it'd be nice. I won't have to cut every 6 months. But here's the thing. Now, if you're trying to keep up with the trends and what everybody's wearing this season, this ain't the thing for you. You're on the wrong channel anyway, because we don't care nothing about that mess. I don't need somebody else showing me on a commercial or anything else how I need to comb my hair or have my husband. He had a beard way before it was popular. As a matter of fact, for years, you were the only one in church with a beard, weren't you?
Yeah.
Boy, you were the you were not the clean cut one in church. That is for sure. But the trend has caught on. You started a trend. Now everybody's got to have a beard. Now everybody's got to have a beard. So, and we're not trimming that off. We like it. I think we're looking pretty good. So, what's your solution on the chicken thing?
Yes, if you want to feed them store-bought feeds, feed them store-bought feed, but we're going to feed ours whatever we have here, and we ain't going to have to worry about if they're messing with the feed or not. So just do what you want to do on that. But.
And I'm thinking more than the feed is keep everybody's questioning why the eggs are so high. You really need to keep up on whether I haven't seen it a lot on the news, but all these plants and stuff that's been being burnt down, all these food plants, within 30 miles of here, a egg producing plant got burnt down. Not all of it, but the part of it that had all the eggs got burnt down. And I think that has more to do with the price of eggs, if you're worried about that. that's something you need to keep up with, and something you have to actually look for, because it's not in top of the news. They don't want you to compare that with your food prices and things. And it don't have just to do with eggs, it has to do with all your food. So, well, we got the haircut done. I think we look pretty good. We can run our hands through it now.
But like I say, our earlier generations, they didn't buy feed from a factory.
That's right.
They had cracked corn and probably some cracked wheat in there, and that's what they fed. They called it scratch feed. So.
And if you got your chickens out in the yard, they're going to be eating on grass and food scraps and everything else you got them. So, and they're not supposed to start laying until this time of year. So they may start up slow, and they'll get more and more all the time. Some of my younger hens hadn't even started laying yet. So, so don't just follow all these people and think, oh, it's this kind of feed. No, they're just, my chickens are getting all skinny and they're not laying anymore. That could be it, but chickens can lay on just being out in the yard. So don't always put the blame just because that's where everybody else is pointing the finger. So we're all done here, and thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again when we need another haircut.